Welcome to the Maku CBD Podcast, and today we're going to talk about vaping, CBD. So, there's a lot of vapes out there, and there has been a large uptick in vape use across the board over the last decade. More notably, in over 10 years ago or so, the larger refillable vapes became very popular. These guys, they have a battery, they have a refillable cartridge, they produce a lot of smoke. There's even vape stores that have been popping up where you can go in and buy a large variety of different flavor of vape oils at different strengths. Most of these vapes are nicotine vapes and have been marketed as a way of getting off of cigarettes. You have other vapes that have come on the market that are a little smaller and portable, like these little jewels here. But you're also starting to see CBD vapes come around and CBD vaping oil. So today we're going to get into the details around vaping, CBD. And to get started, we're going to talk a little bit about, is vaping safe? Well, generally, vaping is considered safer than smoking. And a lot of vape companies have marketed their product as a great alternative to stop smoking cigarettes. And we've actually seen a large trend of people getting off cigarettes to start vaping. So that's been generally good to see. But people still have some general concerns around it. And a lot of those concerns are around what else you're getting in the vape other than just the vapor you're smoking. And there has been some studies that have come out where they talk about the actual heating element in the vape heating up a little too high and vaporizing some of the heavy metals that are contained in the heating element. So I think it's very important for people to understand that when you're vaping and your vape starts to produce a metallic style taste, you should probably stop vaping that product and either replace the cartridge or replace the vape in general. Just make sure that there's liquid in that vape when you're smoking it and it's not just the heating element, because it'll leave this really nasty metallic taste in your mouth and it's not good for your body at all. So how are people vaping CBD? Well, much like vaping in general for nicotine products, there's two main types of vapes. Like I mentioned, there's the big guy here where you can control the temperature at the bottom. You have a element in here that you refill, and you can put a mixture of different vape flavors in there, and it does produce a lot of smoke, but some people think this is a little too harsh. There's also disposable vapes that are on the market, like this guy right here, where it's as soon as you're done using it, there's no more liquid in the vape, you just throw it away and go buy a new one. Well, this one doesn't have as much of the heating element issues where you're not refilling and reusing that heating element. You're just throwing it away when you're done with it. And we find that this is more of a better experience for people that aren't as into vaping and the technical components of it and putting maintenance on a machine like this. It's something where CBD vapes have been around online for a little while, but they're also starting to pop up around in gas stations and vape shops alike. It's an easy way to find a CBD pen. There's also a lot, like I said, online with a variety of different flavors. Much like the nicotine vapes, some of the CBD vapes out there have different, more appealing flavors than just the natural flavor. I personally like a natural flavor to the vape, but there's also strawberry lemonade. There's bubble gum. There's a whole bunch of flavors across the board to really help you find the best vape for you. One thing that's, when you look at a vape and you talk about CBD vapes in particular, the liquid in this vape is actually not all CBD. It's mixed with a carrier liquid. So there's four main types of carrier liquids out there. There's, and I'm going to mess up some of these announcements or names here. There's propanol glycol. There's vegetable glycerin. There's MCT oil, which is a mixed chain of triceridols. And then there's tech temper oil. Tech temper oil is actually known to be the more natural version of the four main types. It's food grade, generally recognized as safe by the FDA. All of these, though, you can find in a variety of different vape pens. Personally, I like the tech temper oil the best just because it has the most reviews on it, and it is more recognized by the FDA as being a safe organic product. So when you're looking and saying like, well, why would I want to vape CBD? Well, vaping CBD is very similar to taking CBD in the sense of if you're looking for that relief. A lot of our customers and people in general talk about how CBD helps them with their anxiety. It helps with muscle relaxation and recovery. It helps lower your inflammation. And all these things are great usage for CBD, but with the vape pen, what we find is that CBD vapes are actually one of the faster acting methods for taking CBD. So, if you're having a long day and maybe you're about to go into a meeting and you need to kind of lower some of your anxiety, a vape is a great way to just step outside real quick, discreetly, and take a couple hits of this, and it really takes the edge off of whatever tension you might be feeling. A lot of people, like my aunt in particular, she suffers from fibromyalgia, and so some days, like when the weather's changing or, it's just a bad day where she's getting flare-ups, the CBD vape pen is really great for her because she's consistently taking CBD in the morning and at night, but in the middle there, if she really is having a problem, like taking a quick hit out of a vape is an easy way for her to get that immediate relief. And why is this so quick to give relief? Well, out of all the different forms and methods of taking CBD, the vape actually has the highest bioavailability of all the other formats. So with tinctures, you're getting in the capillaries in your mouth, and you hold the tincture in your mouth for 15 to 30 plus seconds. For other forms like capsules or even gummies, you're ingesting it. Those might have a little longer of a delay before you start to feel the benefits of the CBD that you just took, where the vape is pretty fast acting and, like you said, has it's actually 50% bioavailable to your body. So you're getting more and a quicker sense for that instant relief out of that vape. There's also a lot of positives to this. Again, instead of carrying a tincture bottle around in your purse or pocket, which can be a little bulky, vapes are normally small. They can easily fit in your pocket next to your keys, and so very easy to just take around with you during the day to help with any kind of that anxiety that you might feel throughout the day. So with that, is CBD legal? Well, this is a really fun one because it's actually not so much fun for some of the people that have really gotten in the news about CBD and vape oil. In particular, there was a grandmother who was arrested at Disney World for a CBD vape pen, and it ended up ruining her vacation. But at the end of the day, Disney dropped the charges, and she was not prosecuted for it because she'd had a doctor's note and there was a lab test on the product. So I think it's very important for people when they're looking at CBD products to make sure that the CBD product has a lab test that's easily available. So on a lot of products, and in fact, most of the products, and you shouldn't buy a product without it, they have a QR code. Well, that QR code, when it's scanned, will link you right to the test results of that product. And if you are pulled over by a law enforcement officer or stopped at any time, if you have that QR code ready to go and you're able to show that, then nobody's going to give you any issue for that CBD product. And that's because under the 2018 Farm Bill, all CBD products are legal as long as they have under 0.3% THC. So, again, quick takeaway, yes, it is legal. Just make sure that you have that QR code so if you are stopped, you're able to quickly explain what the product is and show its legality on it. So a little bit about the vape pen. When you look at a vape pen, there's three main components to it. There's the battery, there's the tank, and then there's the heating element. So in that, the battery is fueling the heating element, the liquid is going through the heating element, and then it's pulled through the mouthpiece. So for taking a CBD vape pen, and this one in particular, it's about a 5-second draw to get a full serving of CBD. I'll try it right now. Now, for those of you that have seen other vapes in use, like these big guys, you can notice that it doesn't produce as much vapor or smoke from it. That's not the total point here. But what it does create is it's a really smooth experience. For me, this is a strawberry lemonade flavor. It has like a very light and crisp flavor. It's a little refreshing. It doesn't have some of the lingering taste that you might get from a natural product, or it's not something that you need to quickly chase with something to drink or to change the palate in your mouth. It actually kind of enhances that some. So it has a great flavor. It's really smooth on the pull, and is ultimately something that, for me, provides a lot of great quick relief. So what do you expect really when vaping CBD? Well, vaping CBD, unlike vaping a full-blown cannabis product with THC, is something that has more of a subtle effect. Like, it's not as noticeable as if you vaped a THC vape pen, where you get that immediate feeling of being high, but it is something that gives you this soothing feeling of relaxation on it. And so, if you're somebody that has a medical marijuana license, or is in a state where cannabis and marijuana is legal, initially that CBD vape experience might not give you the same feeling because it's different. It doesn't have any THC in it, and so you're going to feel more of those therapeutic benefits, but it's not going to mess you up. So you can't, it's not going to mess you up to the point where you're not going to be able to be yourself in a meeting, or you're going to have issues driving. It's something that is more of this calming overall feeling and effect. And again, it's non-psychoactive compared to the THC vape pens that are out there. In summary, vapes are generally safe. I think it's very important for people to make sure that they know what they're vaping. Look into the carrier oil, look into the contents, like make sure that your lab reports are there to make sure that you're not smoking a product or vaping a product that is going to get you in trouble with law enforcement. Make sure that QR code is there. But, for a lot of people, if vaping isn't right for you, there's a lot of other methods of taking CBD capsules, gummies, tinctures, and topicals, all of which are great and do provide therapeutic benefit. But for that quick acting relief during the day when you really need it, try a CBD vape pen. Thank you very much for watching our podcast here. And if you would like to try a CBD vape pen, you can try it out at getmaku.com, and you can use podcast15 for 15% off of your vape pen order. So thank you very much. Have a great day.